Justin says he takes his scooter to and from work instead of his car because he's afraid that he won't have a parking spot when he comes back, even without the outdoor dining. The 34,000 square foot facility will have features like theaters and art galleries. The city of Boston says that 95 out of over 100 restaurants in the North End filed for an outdoor dining permit back in 2022. Cruz says he hopes his office will be able to hold the summit once a year, every year from now on. But until then, it's time for a little rest. Reporting at the Artists for Humanity Epicenter for BNN News, I'm Garrett Adamtsev.
Tricks and twists galore at this year's Northeast Regional Yo-Yo Contest at the Mass Mutual Center. Nearly 100 competitors across 10 divisions put their stringing skills to the test in choreographed yo-yo routines to be graded on skill, control, and rhythm. There's a few differences between these yo-yos and the ones you're probably familiar with, and who better to explain than two-time world champion Gentry Stein.
All these modern yo-yos have ball bearings on the inside. That's what allows them to spin for so long. You'll notice the gap of the yo-yo is super wide. So that not only helps with landing the yo-yo on the string for tricks, but it also makes the yo-yo spin super long. So now you're no longer limited by the amount of spin of the yo-yo, so you can really create any trick that you can think of.
If that sounds tricky, that's because it is. Stein shares his tried and true method to become a master.
I mean, honestly, practicing every day significantly, like dedicating everything to it. But ultimately, I just loved yo-yoing.
You can see that same love everywhere you look in this venue, especially in last year's Northeast champ, James Hayter. His performance earned him a spot on Gentry Stein's very own yo-yo team.
I never thought I would even meet him or anything. And then he offered me to join the team, and I was like, let's go.
Hayter placed 16th in last year's World Yo-Yo Contest. This time around, he's gunning for first with a champion on his side.
Now, I'm 24 years old, and the most I can do is walk the dog every once in a while. Clearly, I'm a little late to the party.
Seeing the skill in a room this young gives Stein a sense of hope for the future of the sport.
When it comes down to it, if you practice every day, I believe that any of the kids here can become a national or world champion if they really want to.
Working for you, Garrett Adamtsev, 22 News.
Welcome back to 22 News. A U.S. citizen working in Congo has tested positive for the Ebola virus. According to the CDC, the person was in the Congo working for a humanitarian organization. The health agency is working with public health authorities and Congolese partners to prevent further spread and to identify close contacts. There are over 1,800 confirmed cases in Congo. Cases have also been confirmed in Uganda. At least 648 deaths have been confirmed as well. And closer to home, the infection caused by the parasite Cyclospora continues to rise. There have been more than 1,000 cases reported in Michigan alone, with 18 other states reporting cases. It can be found in berries, leafy greens, and cilantro. Experts say the parasite is immune to alcohol sanitizers. Officials say also to continue washing your hands with soap and water after using the bathroom and before preparing food. The CDC advises to avoid potentially contaminated water, including lakes, rivers, ponds, and springs. In the tech world, Meta, the parent company of Facebook and Instagram, is rolling back a controversial new feature. Muse Image launched on Tuesday. It allows anyone to make AI-generated images from public Instagram posts. After its release, the feature drew widespread criticism, with many citing privacy and copyright concerns. In a statement, Meta says they intend to, quote, provide a useful creative tool, but say it, quote, missed the mark. Muse Image is still available on WhatsApp and the Meta AI app. And Apple is suing OpenAI, claiming that the artificial intelligence lab took their intellectual property. That's according to a lawsuit filed in California federal court Friday. The tech giant claims OpenAI is using their information to make their own hardware. The two companies were previously in a partnership together in 2024, bringing ChatGPT to the iPhone's operating system. But since OpenAI's plan to enter the hardware industry happened last year, the companies have not been working together. And it's the end of an era in the gaming world. PlayStation announcing last week that it will no longer produce physical discs for new video games starting in 2028. Instead, games can only be purchased online at the PlayStation Store or with digital download codes at physical retailers. According to the console's manufacturer Sony, the changes come, quote, in response to shifting trends in consumer preference. This comes after last month's announcement that Grand Theft Auto 6, one of the year's most anticipated titles, would release exclusively on digital.
It's a busy Tuesday morning in Boston's North End. But is it too busy for street-side restaurant seating? The city of Boston says yes, but restaurant owners disagree.
They say it's because of the tight streets, but that's non-existing because Newbury Street has the same situation.
Frank DePasquale owns 8 restaurants out of 21 that have filed a lawsuit against the city's North End outdoor dining ban. This comes 2 years after the city charged only North End restaurants $7,500 per location to host outdoor dining in 2022.
I'd like to have that maybe $200,000 that I spent and give it to my children and not to the city. I pay enough taxes.
The city's website mentions high foot traffic, restaurant density, and narrow streets as reasons for the ban, but Carla Gomez isn't convinced. Her restaurants, along with the others involved in the lawsuit, closed for 2 hours on March 28th to protest the ban and raise awareness of the North End side of the story.
That once the residents in other neighborhoods and people find out that they've been lied to, that they've been disillusioned through this whole thing, we really believe that they would be more inclined to want outdoor dining.
For a lifelong resident of the North End, outdoor dining was a useful addition to the area following the COVID-19 pandemic, but it had its problems.
There was, trash in every area of the city. You couldn't move your car, like I said, to go down half these streets because most of them were being blocked.
Justin Derrick is a North End native and car owner who could always use more space on the road here. But he's optimistic about the restaurant scene, even with the ban in place.
I see their restaurants are always jammed. I see lines down the street of different restaurants all the time, and it's good. That's what you want. We want this neighborhood to be vibrant, to be making money. The North End is the best neighborhood in the city of Boston, and everybody knows it.
The city of Boston says that 95 out of over 100 restaurants in the North End filed for an outdoor dining permit back in 2022, but regardless is holding steady on this upcoming season's ban. As for the lawsuits, the city recently filed a motion to dismiss, pending approval. For BNN News, I'm Garrett Adamtsev.